Probably the world's most persecuted people are the Rohingya. Tens of thousands have fled to refugee camps in Bangladesh, but instead of being helped, they were raped and killed.
And on the Earth's surface, we saw bone fragments and someone's jaw.
Da anni che soffrono, sono stati torturati, uccisi, semplicemente per portare avanti le loro tradizioni, la loro fede musulmana. Preghiamo per loro e vi invito a pregare per loro al nostro Padre che è nei cieli, tutti insieme, per i nostri fratelli e sorelle Rohingya.
2/3 of the nearly 50,000 victims of torture worldwide every year are migrants and refugees. They are supported by the United Nations Voluntary Fund for Victims of Torture. Recently, the fund held a workshop with 17 experts at the UN Geneva, and thereafter this public panel entitled A Victim's Journey, Redress and Rehabilitation for Torture Victims in Migration. We asked why the stories of victims and survivors of torture need to be heard by the public.
It's really very important as a preventive mechanism. So when people know that there are torture exists as a crime, they can lobby to stop such crimes in the future.
Also, a victim of torture was part of the panel. He spoke to us about how his faith had helped him through the fear, pain and suffering.
I felt like a hug, and I felt a sense of warmth and a sense of comfort. It's like nowadays I call it like the hug of God. And that moment allowed me to think that, God is by my side. And that's a way of God saying that, don't be worried. I am here, I will be with you. And from now on, everything will be okay.
I think faith and religion can have a role to play. If we talk about Christians, who better than Jesus, who was himself tortured and crucified, can help them through this really painful experience.
The panel presented a variety of concrete projects focused on helping victims of torture in migration to receive medical, legal and psychosocial support. A goal in total alignment with the work of the UN Refugee Agency and their representatives in the field.
I don't pretend to know what they're feeling because I can't imagine, but I'm there to listen to them and to try to be a voice for them. So when they tell me their stories, I can help to add to the dialogue that hopefully is encouraging countries to make decisions on behalf of these families.
I think we can listen to the words of the Anglican priest Michael Lapsley, who explains that we need the testimonies and the recognition of the status of the victim of torture is the first step to their healing.
The panel's objective was sharing their unique expertise for the benefit of all those involved in combating torture and to alarm the wider public, not just to be bystanders, while the crime of torture is committed by several states.
Principles that are at stake. Today we talk of migrants. Tomorrow it will be the criminalisation of the poor. Later on it will be the idea that somehow some countries are more important than other countries.